Are the devs smarter than we give them credit for? What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel, and maintenance has concluded. So let's take a look at everything that we received from the maintenance. We are beginning the shiny Tapu Koko and shiny Genesect. Like, who cares? Shiny Koko, like Koko's kind of gone. He's been erased from the meta. And Genesect, like who even uses Genesect? I mean, if you don't have those figures, I guess it's cool that you can spend $10 to get these figures. But like, I don't know, it seems kind of odd to me. But then we're getting the Orbiter Hall now is available in... The Orbital Hall is now available in room matches, okay? And the gym effect is now here. And it's going to be grass is getting plus 20 and water is going to getting the plus MP. So we're getting the water gym and the grass is super effective. Like, okay, Genesect, water gym. I'm not sold. I don't understand. And then we have the holiday season New Year 2019 events are here. So let's take a look at these events. You can get the EX Hong Kong Scroll. Who cares? Like, this figure doesn't do anything. It hits for like 120 and like 90 or 70, 60. But to evolve it's pretty easily. And then it's blue calls the Murkrows. Like, I mean, that's not even a thing right now. Like, nobody does that. The gems needed for a plate shop, deck case expansion, and more are half off for a limited time. Another duel with the devs. That's going to be fun. Hopefully the devs are a little better this time around. And then you can get the EX Alolan Ninetales. I remember somebody was asking me if we can get the Alolan Ninetales and the Alolan Vulpix. Well, here you go. Looks like we're going to be getting them in the time boosters for a limited time. And then we're going to be getting another Queen's Cup. I wonder what we're going to be getting for the Queen's Cup as a reward. What are your guys' predictions? Please let me know in the comments below. Now, like I said, are the devs smarter than we give them credit for? And here's why. We're going to be having a water gym. And shout out to Tarvold for mentioning this. Water gym. That means the majority of people participating in the water gym are going to be using water mons. What is the water mon Z move? Well, it confuses the attacked mon 2 spaces away in that radius. Has an AoE of 2, if you will, area of effect. So now we're getting the Genesect. And the plates are half off. Like, maybe it's coincidental, but I'm kind of tying it together. So what am I talking about? Let's take a look. So we created this deck. This shout out to everybody in the stream that was helping me with this deck. So let's take a look at the figures. Take a look at what Genesect can do. May MP move over your Pokemon on the field. Okay, not a big deal. If any of your drive plates have been used, then when this Pokemon is knocked out, one of them becomes usable other than a plate still in use on that turn. So that means if you use one of the drive plates for Genesect, if you guys didn't know, Genesect has like 4 or 5 plates specifically for it. If you use one and it gets KO'd, one of them becomes usable again. So how does this correlate with the water gym? Well, the water gym, if you Z move, mons become confused, and when they become confused, most of the time when they're confused, their attack shifts into a miss. And also consider this, the water gym. What are people going to be running in the water gym? Feebas, Magikarp, who Genesect can out damage. Now let's look at the plate that you should be running in this gym. The Shock Drive EX. What it does, select your Genesect from the field or bench. During this turn, this Pokemon can respin 1 time during battle, so it's kind of like a DC. Also, if the fainted opposing Pokemon is a water type or flying type, the opponent will be removed from the duel. So they will be excluded. There are some other plates that you could run with it. I believe the other one was the Burn Drive. So let's take a look at what this thing can do. Same thing, you can respin, but also if the fainted opposing Pokemon is a grass type, ice type, bug type, or steel type, they are removed from the duel. So you might want to consider running the Burn Drive as well. So we jumped in the hall, we played a few matches, and I do have a match to show you guys showing off that deck. So let's jump into that. All right, we are going up against a familiar face. I don't see them. I don't know if they're sub to me. I don't know if they're ever in my chats, but I've played this person before on multiple occasions. So look at their deck. Look what they're running. They're running the Poplio, Magikarp, Feebas, and Tapu Fini. These are 3 figures that are very that Genesect can do very well against, because Genesect can outdamage these 3 mons. We are rocking the Milotic. The Milotic blue confuses mons. If we confuse this Tapu Fini, this Fini is completely useless. If it lands in attack or the blue, it shifts into a miss. So these 4 figures are the primary targets for my Genesect. So let's just kind of review the water. If you're going to be running a water deck, this is what I want you to kind of consider. The Wash Rotom, because of its ability, if this Pokemon is on the field and not affected by a special condition, your water type Pokemon can MP move through other water type mons. There's going to be a plethora of water mons. It might be a staple in your deck to be rocking the Wash Rotom, because I know a lot of people will be. Tapu Fini, gotta have the Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini is going to be 3 MP, can move through figures, and it has the ability to bring on other mons, or well, other water mons. And then like I said, the Milotic, what's going to be really prevalent in this gym is Confusion. So Milotic can help speed up the Confusion before the Z moves. And then the Genesect. I'm also rocking the Primal Kyogre, because, you know, it's got another form, so it's gonna be hard to remove from the duel. And then Zoro. I think Zoro is here to stay, man. Zoro is such a versatile figure. A lot of people would rather me run, you know, like a Manaphy or the Jolteon UX. I'm looking at User or Yuri. I don't know why I said Zuri. Probably because I've been drinking a little bit. That might be why. But anyway, this is the deck. Let's see how it plays against my opponent, which I can't even say their name. Bayek. But let's see. So they open up with a Primal. I'm gonna open up with my own Primal. And they bring on their Fini, and I'm going to bring on the Milotic, because, like I said, I do want to confuse this thing. So they're going to bring on their Feebas, and I'm just kind of being patient here. They know, I think they know what the Genesect can do. Otherwise, they would have. We're going to actually stop and talk about this. So I DC here. Like I said, we're going to try and confuse this thing, which we do. We do land the blue pulse, so now we are going to successfully confuse the Tapu Fini. So now, the reason Genesect is good is because typically these figures, maybe typically, I mean, they do have the Mega Magikarp, so I would assume that these things would be offensively. They would be up in the front line. And if the opponent is smart and they see the Genesect, they're going to be a little defensive with these figures instead. So we do get to confuse the Tapu Fini, and now we're going to move on to our Genesect, because remember, the Genesect can go through our own figures, and my opponent is going to hop over and threaten game, and I'm going to take a risk here. I'm not going to cover up goal. What I'm actually going to do is we're going to attack this, because it is confused. It lands the attack. I mean, it could have been bad, although I do have the free DC. I could have landed the Techno Charge in my dodge, and that would have been game, but I was I was like, you know what, we're just going to go for it. We're going to counter this Poplio. They don't have the hurdle jump, so I'm not worried about it going over me. So my opponent here is going to attack. It would have been nice if I was in this match. I was not rocking the double shock drive EX. If I was, I would have went after this Feebas. What was I running? I was running like 2 DCs, I think it was. Again, I hate how it doesn't stop. So I was a little mad about this roll. I do get the Origin Pulse. They have blue heavy, like blue, 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 blue. None of them blue. I was really salty about that. Yeah, I was rocking, oh yeah, the Rocky helmet and a DC. So I actually changed my plates from this. I am rocking the double shock drive. But actually, if I was, I would have went after the Feebas, and that would have been 2 figures. That would have been gone. But they're going to attack here. And they get the clutch roll, man. They get the nice sheer cold on my my Milotic. I was a little salty there. My opponent attacked me there. Yeah, he attacks me there. I'm going to come back because I see that their Z gauge is up, and I want to keep my Fini on the board, so that's why I retreated with my Fini. Didn't want to lose it there. So they're going to Z move here, and they're going to force me. I guess that I wouldn't say necessarily force me. But I do decide to de-evolve here, and then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to here take a Z move of your own, We're going to trade Z moves here. Hopefully they don't land the Origin Pulse. And they don't. They land the Natural Miss. And now they're going to also choose to de-evolve. Also, be cautious when you Z-move with the Feeny. If they are, remember, if the Feeny is 2 steps away, they do not become confused. So look at what we have on the board here. 2 Z-moves. We have 3. We have 3 confused Mons right now. So that's why I wanted to bring this duel to your attention. There's going to be Water Mons. There's going to be Z-moves. There's going to be Milotics. So there's going to be a lot of confusion. So that's why I'm saying, shout out to Tarvold and everybody else in the stream. If you have Genesect, I would consider getting Genesect specifically for this. Well, I don't know if I would advocate on actually purchasing Genesect. I mean, if you don't have it and $10 is not a big thing to you, yeah, by all means. But if you just have Genesect sitting in your case, I would suggest trying to use it and getting the Shock Drive EX. Specifically for that reason. Alright, so they're going to max revive here. The popular, they're going to attack my Genesect, and I'm actually okay because remember Genesect's ability, if it is KO'd, then its plate becomes usable again. So I was fine with this. I was like, that's fine. Because then we can use our plate again when we max revive here. So they're going to KO me with the Poplio. They're going to evolve into the Brion. Pokefodder, if you're watching this, I don't want to hear it. Brion, yes. Don't want to hear it. So I'm here. I'm trying to get rid of my Tapu Fini. He's confused. He's kind of useless. So if we do manage to get rid of it, we can max revive and we can max revive our Genesect and get our Milotic back. So we get our Milotic back. Opponent is going to Z move here, and I was like, this is actually even better because if you do get rid of my Wash Rotom, then I can get my Fini back as well as my Genesect. And that's exactly what they do. My poor Rotom is gone, and now I can't move through Water Figure. So I'm going to max revive here. We're going to put the Tapu Fini here, and my opponent is going to DC here, looking for that Sheer Claw. But I don't know if I agree with this play because, I mean, granted, I did land my gold. If I would have landed my cross counter, like, I would have hit dodge. It's just not that good of odds, but fortunately for them, I did hit my gold, but they just didn't hit their roll. But we do end up getting to surround it. I think I would have DC'd on the Fini. I don't know, man. That's tough. But anyway, they get rid of my Kyogre. That's not a problem. We're going to attack their Milotic. And look, did you guys see that right there? The Z moves have been updated. Remember, if they were confused, it wouldn't shift. Well, they were confused, and that was very fortunate. I was attacking. It was an ignorant attack of me, because I did not factor in that the Z moves did get fixed, because had they landed their white, they would have been saved by being confused and rolling into their magic coat. So that's just, I'm glad they fixed that, but we got to remember. So now they're advancing with the Kyogre. Not really worried about this Kyogre. We're both confused. But we do get the Genesect, and now I got my sides looking on this Magikarp. And it doesn't look like my opponent sees this. The #1 gold attacker in the game hits gold twice. Gets rid of this thing. So now we're going to take the entry point with the Genesect, and now I want to move up my Milotic as well, just to ensure the win here. So that's exactly what we do. And then my opponent is going, their Z move is up, and I was like, that's fine, you can Z move all you want, but we're going to hit our purple. I was saying that in the chat, and we actually do. I made a lot of good calls in the stream today. Like, I called plays. But even if you did get that KO, it doesn't matter, because like I said, we are going to be rocking the Shock Drive. We're going to go after this Magikarp, and we're going to banish you. And that's exactly what we do. However, the Brion does have a decent shot at KOing my Genesect. It buffs itself plus 20. It's gold. Like, it has a really good shot at surviving here. However, the opponent gets to sing into the Techno Charge, and that is GG, boys. So good games to my opponent. And like I said, I just want to bring this to your guys' attention before we actually get to the gym, which will be in, a few hours. If you have the Genesect, if you have the plates, please consider running this in the gym. This is probably what I'm going to be running in the gym. I'm not sure, but also be on the lookout of the Swamperts, Mega Swamperts. Those are going to be annoying to deal with, because remember, they can go through figures. So just be on the lookout for that, and their blue is super annoying. But we're going to cut it there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace. Oh, wait, hold on. We have 3 days, guys. 3 more days to join to be a member, Team Rico member, you will be eligible for the $100 giveaway. We currently have 7 members. The more chances you have to be getting that $100. So we're gonna cut it there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace. The link to be a member is in the description below.